Thank you very much. I think EPFO is using this opportunity to interact with the wider audience for the first time. Employees Provident Fund Organization is presently having a subscriber base of, active subscriber base of more than 4 crores. Now that is, I think there is a population, the 33 countries have a population of more than 4 crores in the world. We have a subscriber base of 4 crores. In the month of September, approximately 3.5 lakh establishments contributed Provident Fund to the EPFO in respect of 4 crore subscribers. That is the figure. We also have a pensioner base of 44 lakh persons, and out of these 32 to 33% are women and children. And see that this pensioners base is also very large, because number of pensioners of the defense, railways, all government combined, according to the 6th pay report, was only 38 lakh, and EPFO is already giving pension to 44 lakh pensioners, and this number is increasing naturally every day. In the case of the financial inclusion, you can see that we are transferring now all the claim settlements on all the claim amounts through the NEFT. And therefore, 92% of the payments which are being made by the EPFO in a year, and these payments are more than 1.5 crore payments, we are making through the NEFT system, not the electronic system. Electronic mode is being utilized by making these payments. 44 lakh pensioners, in respect of 44 lakh pensioners also, we have now started using the core banking account system of the banks, and all the money is transferred to these pensioners' account on the first day of every month. That is a great benefit to these poor pensioners who get a pension of approximately 1,000 rupees per month. So therefore, this is really a financial inclusion. Financial inclusion in the sense that 75% of the subscriber base of 4 crores is having a pay level of only 6,500 or a minimum wage level. They are working at a minimum wage pay. And that is why we are basically dealing with the poor industrial workers, or poor workers, or maybe poor worker who is engaged by the management services, and manpower supply companies, and other things. So therefore, and all this money, the amount of the money which is being transferred every year is 26,000 crores through the claim settlement, 9,000 crores through the pension benefits, and around 125 crores through the insurance benefits, other insurance benefits. And 50,000 crores is the in money, that is the money which the EPFO gets every year. Of course, there we are to slightly do, EPFO is to take some steps. Under the Act, we are mandated to operate through the SBI, and therefore we have some challenges there, that all the payments which we received, around 50,000 crores, we are not receiving today through the electronic mode. We have reached up to an extent of 50% there. Our next goal is that we also, in payment also comes to us through the electronic mode. If we achieve that 100%, we might be in 2 years' time, the whole thing will happen through the electronic system. And we will help roughly opening of 4 lakh accounts. Now the banks can really look forward to this. When we are dealing with 4 crore accounts, we are getting some complaints. Where I was talking to Shahi Exports, for example, in the who works in the apparel sector. They have 87,000 employees. He is having a problem in opening the bank accounts of all these 87,000 employees. I don't know what is the problem. I am in a discussion with the banks as well as the Shahi Exports as to how we can resolve this problem through the help of the EPFO, or maybe through the Aadhaar number, so that the financial inclusion also improves. That it's a challenge for the banks, it's a challenge for us. We have a major subscriber base. This subscriber base will further go up by 2 crores of people. That means a subscriber base of 6 crores of people, such a high subscriber base, if we bring them into the financial inclusion and we provide them the financial services, we will do a great service to the country. And we can use also EPFO to the next level, that is the financial literacy part. Maybe EPFO can cater to. That is another part I think this conference can take to financial literacy of these poor workers. That is another level. I think the Government of India has already started some exercise in that. Perhaps EPFO can be roped in and we can do something on the financial literacy. Thanks for giving me time. You see, in the last 2 months, when I was concentrating on moving it to the pension system through the core banking account system, it took clearly a lot of efforts for me to talk to the banks and to get just into the system of the core banking account system. Maybe just an inertia here. I think that the inertia might be in the EPFO employees or maybe in the banks. That's the one thing. And we had to take care of that inertia. Now I have the core banking account numbers of all the 44 lakh subscribers, and therefore I can move it onto the core banking account system. That is the one thing. The second is, I said that I am mandated by the Act, EPF Act and the MP Act, that I will have to deal through the State Bank of India. I cannot go through the other bank. So that mandate, which I will have to go to the legislature to change it. Till then, my in-payment system is only through the SBI, and therefore I'll have to work out through the SBI system that I can get all the payments through the electronic mode. I am getting some around 40% payments through the electronic mode, but rest of the 60% payments, I'll have to deal with the SBI. And today, when I deal with, because I deal with all the bank branches in the country, I find that around 15,000 branches out of 1,05,000 branches, overall branches in the country, are not NEFT enabled. So therefore, that is another challenge which perhaps all the banking industry will have to look at, and maybe those bank branches, 15,000 bank branches, will also be NEFT enabled. And maybe another service can also help the post office. Post office, India Post is also now going on the E-mode. If that happens, maybe the organizations like us can really reach to the village level, and we can provide services through even the post mode, which we are not providing till now. That is another challenge. Financial literacy, I think we have not looked at that at all. There is a system that we, and the financial inclusion side now, whenever we open a bank account, earlier there was a system which came out that the banks will authorize every person to have an overdraft facility of say 500 rupees, just to bring into the banking mode. But that hasn't happened in the case of the industrial subscribers. Perhaps if that also happens, and we really go forward on the financial inclusion side, especially for a industrial worker which is a minimum wage level, that will be real banking, and that will provide I think the satisfaction which the government wants to drive through the financial inclusion. Otherwise, we just don't want to open a bank account and that's all. We just want that man should become bankable, and that must do the banking and must work through the banking system. If we are able to teach them how to work through the banking system, that is another important part. And that is what I want to mention about the financial literacy part on the first place. EPFO is taking it up. Malaysian EPFO, for example, and some of the Singapore EPFO are working on the financial literacy in a bigger way. But we, EPFO India, is also now thinking of working on those lines, and we might go into the financial literacy part of the industrial workers.